So everybody, thanks so much for listening. This is another episode of Fire Breathing Rob, and we do bring the fire here. We have a special guest on today. His name is Barry Shaw, and he is the ambassador of joy. And he does have a podcast called Joy of Living, and it's a podcast. Definitely check it out. This man is amazing. You guys are gonna love this. So first, Barry, thanks so much for coming on the show. Greatly appreciate the time today.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Now, how can I say that everybody, Rob, that is listening and watching is good-looking? Because by definition, if they turn in to listen to you and to me, they are always looking for the good. And that's the definition of a good-looking person, always looking for and finding the good, right?
First, before we even start the interview, can you tell people a little bit about you, Barry, and how you became so happy in general?
First of all, thank you for offering me the opportunity to address the tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people around the world who are listening to this podcast right now, because this is really important. You know why? Because this show is not about Rob. This show is not about Barry. This show is about you. Y-O-U-E-W-E. The only reason you tuned in, the only reason you're going to listen is because you care the most in the entire world about you. And you know something? That's great. Because when you're the best you possible, you make the world a better place. You build bridges, you create more harmony, more joy, happiness, peace, and love in the world. So to go directly to your point, wonderful, Rob, you see that you and I are different only in one thing. Chronologically, I'm a little bit older than you. Now, I put on my white beard. I can take it off. I just took it out of the closet today to see, so you can see that I'm a little bit older, which means more wisdom. But the reality of life is that this show in our interview today is designed for one thing only, to make you, the one who's watching, healthier, wealthier, and wiser. And as Jack Canfield said, the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, he said, hey, Barry, who doesn't want that? Healthier, wealthier, wiser, bring it on, baby. So let's go right to the heart of the matter. When we're discussing things, Rob, we work with the three fundamentals of life. And these three fundamentals of life are very simple and they're wonderful. And I think I just lost you for a moment, so don't worry. We're going to get you right back. Where did Rob go? There he is.
Okay.
Technology is great when it works,
That's
right?
right.
So the three fundamentals of life are, number one, life, your life has purpose. And when you lead a purpose-driven life, you can go mad. Now, in this case, Rob, MAD is very good because MAD stands for make a difference. When you live a purpose-driven life, you make a difference in the world. Your every thought, your word, and your deed makes a difference for somebody else and for yourself. And the third fundamental of life is that you can unlock the secrets and the power of everyday words and terms. The secrets and the power of everyday words and terms. And let's take a look at something very easy. You ready? So, simple example, www. Right now, www, ask anybody what does it stand for. Invariably, they'll tell you it has something to do with the internet, right? And factually speaking, they're correct. But in our world, Rob, the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, www stands for, drum roll, fanfare, da-da, da-da. What a wonderful world, right? And what is a word. What a wonderful world. And of course, a tip of the hat and a big thank you to Louis Armstrong Satchmo for enabling that song to go viral around the world. So even 20-year-olds today know it, right? Because it's touched hundreds of millions, if not billions of people around the planet. What a wonderful world. But when you hear the opening bars of that song, Rob, right away, what do when you hear what a wonderful world? Look at Bob's face. You smile, right? You can't help it. So SMILE is one of the greatest acronyms you'll ever learn. If we do nothing else on this show today, we're going to have at least one aha moment and at least two practical things that you can do for the rest of your life. So this might be an aha moment because SMILE stands for seeing miracles in life every day. Seeing miracles in life every day. Now, what's a simple proof? Whenever I'm speaking to people, by the way, people raise their hands and say, Barry Shore, I've been up for hours already. I haven't seen any miracles, right? And I ask, are you here? Can you hear? Can you see? Can you stand? Can you walk? You have water to drink, you have food to eat, you have a place to sleep, you have family, you have friends. Those are all miracles, Rob. Simple example. 1 million plus people didn't get out of bed this morning. But if you're watching this and listening to it, by definition, you did. You're alive. So if you're alive, you can live life exuberantly. Now, we're in the midst of a pandemic right now, right? It's 2020. People will be watching this show for decades to come, maybe a century from now, look back and say, oh yeah, 2020, they had a pandemic around the world. Millions of people can't get out of bed right now because they're infirm, right? But I trust 99.99% of everybody watching and listening, you can get out of bed. That's a miracle. Now, Rod alluded to this when he asked me, what's your story, Barry Shore? So for those of you who don't know, and you should look it up, go to my website, www, remember what that stands for, .barryshore.com, BARRYSHRE. Go to barryshore.com and you read the story. September 17th, 2004, Rob, I'm standing up in the morning, like I hope 99.99% of everybody watching, hale and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. That evening, I was in the hospital, paralyzed from my neck down. I became what's known as a quadriplegic. Nothing on my body moved. And it wasn't an automobile accident. It wasn't a spinal injury. It was a rare disease that took over my body. And I was literally completely paralyzed, 144 days in the hospital. Wow. I was in a hospital bed in my own home for 2 years. I couldn't turn over by myself. I was in a wheelchair for 4 years. You see my hands, they still don't work like yours, but I have hands, thank God. 4 years in a wheelchair. I had braces on both my legs, my hip to my ankle, and that was progress. Today, thank God, I'm vertical and ambulatory, but I walk with a 6.5-foot walking wand made for me by a Zen master. So I'm a tripod, but I still can't walk up a stair by myself. I can't walk up a curb by myself. I have help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And watch this, Rob. Ready? I'm sitting in a chair like you are. Ready? Do you see how quickly I stood up and sat down again? You know why? Because I still can't get up from the chair. From my waist down, I'm still paralyzed. Wow. But you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. Why? Because I've learned to see miracles in life every day. I got to share a story with you. About 2-3 weeks ago, my 8-year-old niece comes over to me and says, Uncle Barry, can we spell smile, S-M-I-E-L? And I thought about it. I said, smile. So I'll just say, why not? How come? And she says, because then it would stand for seeing miracles in everyday life.
Wow. Yeah.
How do you like that? Out of the mouth of babes, seeing miracles in everyday life. So everybody out there, when you can learn to see miracles in life every day or see miracles everyday life, what do? You begin to create the kind of world we all want to live in. You want to create a world of happiness, joy, peace, and love, then you got to be thinking that way, right, Rob?
Right.
And CREATE is a great acronym. You know why? Because it stands for causing rethinking, enabling all to excel. CREATE, causing rethinking, enabling all to excel. Because you're thinking about miracles and you're thinking about joy and you're thinking happiness, peace, and love. Guess what? You can't be depressed. What happened?
That was great.
How's that for an introduction, kid?
No, that was great. I really enjoyed that. I want to go into, and you talk a lot about joy, and we go into all the issues that are going on right now in our country. I know you spoke a little bit about that, but what is joy to you?
Wow, that was so wonderful. So first of all, as you hear, I love acronyms. Remember, we talk about uncovering the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms, right? So first of all, joy is an amazing acronym that stands for generating ongoing youth. Generating ongoing youth. Because you know what it means to be young? Being young is the essence of living well. Now, young, by the way, can be 71, it can be 31, it can be 16, it can be 8.
Right.
When you're young, you're full of life, exuberance, goodness flowing through you. So you want to know what joy is to me? Ready? Watch this. You've got to dance daily, even hourly. Sing a joyful tune and laugh out loud. That's the meaning of, that's the feeling of joy, generating ongoing youth, being filled with life, being exuberant, and recognizing that you're here. Remember, we said the three fundamentals, that you're here for a purpose. And once you know that you have a purpose, you can go mad, go make a difference. Every time you use a good word and you say, hey, Rob, great work. Julie, you look good today. Wow, that's great. Well done. Every time you say something positive, you're bringing energy into the world. For instance, this word love. Isn't love a one word? Love stands for living on vibrant energy. Living on vibrant energy. Give you a simple example.
Sure.
So we talked about creating the kind of world we all want to live in. So everybody, thank God, has a brain. Our brains have over 100 billion brain cells. You're a multi-billionaire, Rob. I like that. And every one of them has 10,000, we have 10,000 trillion synapses connecting our brain cells. You're a trillionaire. Now imagine those brain cells and those synapses are there for more than deciding what kind of latte I want this morning. They're there to cause rethinking. In other words, we call neuro-linguistic programming. If you want to live in joy, then guess what you want to do? You want to start using your thoughts, your words, and your deeds to bring about positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant atmosphere in the world, right? Here's a simple example. When we're able to go back into coffee shops again, you walk into the coffee shop, remember how wonderful that was, huh? You walk into the coffee shop and you order your fancy latte for $5.50 and somebody brings it to you. What do you say? Thank you, right? Now, by the way, thank stands for to harmonize and network kindness. To harmonize and network kindness, what thank stands for. And the Dalai Lama has been quoted as saying, I read in his writing, be thankful whenever possible. And guess what? It's always possible. So you go to the coffee shop, you order your latte, somebody brings you, thank you, right? You go to the coffee shop, you order your fancy latte, $5.50, and a couple of minutes ago, nobody brings you. So you go to the counter and say, oh, I'm sorry, we forgot, we'll bring it to you. A few more minutes go by, somebody brings it to you. What do you say? Thank you. You're walking out of the coffee shop and it's raining out. Somebody holds the door open for you. What do you say? Thank you. You're walking out of the coffee shop and it's raining out. Somebody slams the door on you. What do you say? Thank you. You're stuck in traffic. You're late for an appointment and somebody cuts you off. What do you say, Rob?
Thank you.
Thank you. You get up in the middle of the night, you stub your toe and it hurts. What do you say? Thank you. To harmonize and network kindness. See, kind stands for keep inspiring noble deeds. When you begin to think this way and act this way and speak this way, you are now creating the kind of world we want to live in. So you are the one who builds your own world. You want to live in joy daily? Then live in joy daily. By the way, I have a free gift. If you'd like to announce it and tell everybody, we have a free gift. It's worth $50. I'm giving it away free because I want people to taste joy regularly. It's a it's like 35-minute video and MP3, which I give for free, that talks about the 11 strategies for living in joy daily. Because people always say, come on, Barry Shaw, how can you do that? Remember, I was paralyzed, my neck down for years. I couldn't move. You see me now.
So how did you keep hope, Barry, throughout that time?
That was just a hospital. I was in a hospital bed in my own home for 2 years. I couldn't turn over by myself. So listen, so you just hit on two things. So everybody watching, remember, Rob, this show is about not Barry Shore, not Rob. It's about you, everybody watching. Share this with at least 5 people. At least 5 people share. By the way, share stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. So you just touched on something amazing. It's called, I call it PMS. Ever hear of PMS?
Yeah.
Well, if you ever live around women, you'll know about PMS. But PMS stands for being physically, mentally, and spiritually alert. So let's talk about, right now we're in the midst of something called COVID, pandemic, worldwide, right? The most searched word on the internet, Rob, outside of COVID and pandemic is stress. Stress, stress. Number 1 word. That's the most searched for word, right? Everybody's feeling it. Am I right?
Right. Yeah.
And watch this. Remember how we take the power and the secrets of everyday words and we find the positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant aspect. So here's what stress stands for. Stomach turning reality, enabling self-sabotage. Ah! You know what happened? I lost my job. I lost my health. I lost my wife. This could have. Am I right?
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah.
Stress does it. Stomach turning reality, enabling self-sabotage. However, there's another part of it. Get ready, Rob. Put on your seatbelt. Hold on, everybody. Stress also stands for stomach turning reality. Same situation. It's real. There's no getting around it.
Yeah.
I was paralyzed. Stomach turning reality, enabling self-success. How do I respond to this situation? What am I going to do? I could easily do the following. God, why did you do this to me? Why me? Why? I was asked that in the hospital a number of times. Mr. Shore, how come you're not upset? How come you're not bitter? What's going on? Because I wasn't thinking like that. I was saying, okay, dear Lord, what am I supposed to learn? What do you want me to do? What can I do in this situation? Because if I melt down, do I help myself? Do I help anybody else? The answer is no. There's a great word in the world, Rob. It's called hope. Hope. Hope is far better than dope. Dope is great for a moment, but it doesn't help anybody. We all know that mentally, right? Hope is the great word. Hope stands for helping others progress every day. You see, when you're oriented towards what can I do to be of benefit to the world? How can I go mad? Go make a difference? Then your world shifts away from me and it shifts to what can I do to be of benefit? My name is really Bob. You know, Rob is Robert, but Robert also is a lot of people call you Bob sometimes. They used to. Bob stands for being of benefit. What is it that I can do under this most stressful situation to have this stomach turning reality, enabling self-success? Because when I deal with it, and by the way, was it easy? No. Is it easy still? No. But am I living with positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant thoughts, words, and deeds? Yes. And you know why? Because it's better than the alternative. Otherwise, it's a pity party. Who needs it? Where's the benefit?
Yeah, no, I hear you. But we see all these issues that are going on in America, and we see America ranked rather as one of the least happiest countries on earth. Why do you feel like that is, Barry?
I'm going to say to you, Rob,
Yeah.
the 6 most important words that when people hear, remember, we talked about there'll be some aha moments during our discussion and some things you can do for the rest of your life. This might be another aha moment. Learn these 6 most important words, internalize them, and they will make a difference in your life. Are you ready? Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. So one of the things that we've done over the decades, because even before I became paralyzed, I was working with a lot of these processes to help. Thank God I've helped many tens of thousands of people around the world. I'll give you an example of something. Tell me that you can see this.
Yeah, keep smiling. I see it.
Keep smiling. This little blue card, Rob. Yeah, you see you're smiling already. This little blue card, more than 2 million of them have been given out around the world in almost 30 languages for free. For free. Now, on the back of the card is a paragraph, just 6 sentences that talk about the value of a smile. And these, by the way, are available for free. Just send it out. By the way, for the free gift, all you have to do is send an email to barry@barryshore.com. And in the subject line, just write free gift. That's all. And I'll send you the free gift of videos and such like that. Then when you go to the website, you can get the cards for free, either physically or by email. You can start with, there are thousands and thousands of people, send them out all over the world for free. But a number of the messages that we have, in addition to keep smiling, one of the messages is called happy by choice. Happy by choice. The 6 most important words that anybody can put into their physical, mental, and spiritual being, Rob. You ready? Choice. Whoop, not chance.
Right.
Here we go again, that technology stuff. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. So when I was in the hospital, there were many doctors. Unfortunately, doctors oftentimes don't have the best bedside manner. That's just sometimes the way they are.
Right.
Therapists, a little more understanding and such, and they were encouraging me. But I had a couple of doctors told me, hey, this is how it is. You're not going to walk again. That's it.
Wow.
Now, I told you, I don't walk like you. I have a 6.5-foot walking wand. I stand erect, and I walk with a lot of difficulty. But I'm going to tell you 2 things. I didn't let them choose my destiny, right? There's a very famous line we have with people with disabilities. You ready for this? Diagnosis is not destiny.
Yeah.
Can I say it again? Diagnosis is not destiny. Choice, not chance, determines my destiny. I choose to walk. I choose to be better. I choose to think in a certain way. Think stands for to harness insightful neural connections. I choose to think in kindness. So you ready for this one, Rob? You're living in Orlando, Florida, right? So in the course of doing physical therapy, I live in Venice Beach, California. You see my beautiful tan, I'm outdoors. So I did a lot of therapy in the pool. It's called aquatic therapy. Right. And I had people, thank God, there were 4 therapists that worked with me over the course of at least the first year. And they would put me in the pool on my back. I had flotation devices on my arms, flotation device on my legs, so I wouldn't sink and drown, and flotation device on my tummy. And after a period of time, they would move my arms and try to move, just to try and stimulate something. After about a year, I was able to move my arms over my head.
Wow.
Wow. By the way, WOW stands for words of wonder, words of wisdom. We have a lot of these acronyms, they're all positive, right?
Right.
I said, let me try and do that a little more, because I was moving. I couldn't move my legs, so I moved my arms. After about another half a year, I was able to swim on my back a mile without stopping, Rob. Wow. A mile. 98 minutes it took me of nonstop moving back and forth in the pool to swim a mile. But I said, wow, I swim a mile. And I started doing it twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times. I'll make the story shorter. Right. Within another year or so, I was able to go on my tummy, and with paddles on my hands, because my fingers don't close, and a snorkel and flotation devices on my legs, I started swimming on my tummy. I now swim 2 miles a day.
Wow.
6 days a week. I've done it for 12 years. And Rob, I have enough, I write down every single mile, every single half mile. I have enough miles to swim from Orlando across the Atlantic Ocean, through the Straits of Gibraltar, across the Mediterranean to Jerusalem, and then down to Dubai.
Oh,
how's that?
That's a lot of miles.
That's a lot of miles, 7,851 as of today.
Wow,
Now,
that's really impressive. Yeah.
The key is, though, choice, not chance, determines my destiny. Diagnosis is not my destiny. I live for one reason only. We totally said it. It's for you. It's not for Rob that I'm on this show. Hey, he's a great guy. He invited me. Smart man. Yay, Rob. It's not because Barry's such a, oh, what a nice fellow. He's so upbeat. Thing like that. Great. You don't have to be me. You don't have to be Rob. Be you.
Yeah.
Be the best you possible.
Right.
And work with being positive and purposeful and powerful and pleasant. And guess what? It will have a ripple effect on everything that you do. All of a sudden, you'll start seeing, oh, it is a little nicer out than I thought.
Barry, you're an inspiration to me, but everybody, I'm sure, I hope that is listening. I hope. That's what I hope they got from this. Barry,
Hope.
I agree. Hope is a big word. Barry, as we end, can you just tell the people where they can find your podcast, what it's about, and more about you in general?
Absolutely. So I urge everybody, get the free gift. Send an email to Barry, Barry, at barryshore.com, BarryShore. And in the subject line, write free gift. And of course, go to the website. What's the website? www.whatawonderfulworld.barryshore.com, BarryShore, barryshore.com. And check out the podcast called The Joy of Living. Some of the people that you know in the world are on there, and some wonderful, loving, and powerful, positive, purposeful, pleasant people. And listen and share. Share stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. And if I may, Rob, may I leave everybody with a blessing?
Please.
Go forth. Live exuberantly. Spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference. Thank you, Rob.
That was great. Barry Shore, www.barryshore.com. Definitely check him out. Barry, let's do this again down the road. It was great. I love the enthusiasm, and I love to hear this. And I'm actually going to check out the podcast tonight. So,
are you ready for a big hug?
Yeah, virtual
1,
hug,
2,
virtual.
3.
Oh gosh, Barry, that was great.